If you're a music artist who's find themselves not getting the opportunities in their career, no matter how much work you put into your music, your networking, your marketing, it may not be your music, but it may actually be something that's right in here. Today, I'm going to break down the 3 most common beliefs that artists run into that is holding them back more in their career than actually helping them. If you're new here, my name is Danny. I'm a holistic vocal coach for music artists. I've had amazing opportunities such as working with record labels, sync companies, music companies, and I strongly believe that I've gotten these opportunities because I've changed what's in here. So let's get into it, because these 3 main beliefs as an artist is not only neurologically and psychologically holding you back, but these beliefs can actually stop you from making great music and having a proper vocal delivery in your songs. So let's get into number 1. The starving artist mindset. I'm not sure where this came from, but I've noticed in all of the networking events I've been to, all of the workshops that I've done for music artists, every time I've gone to a networking event, hopped on a call with a music artist to discuss their goals, or done group workshops, I've noticed that so many artists throw themselves under the bus saying that they're struggling. It's tough out here. Yeah, I'm just doing the music thing. But in reality, it is just a simple limiting belief that they have within themselves that is actually holding them back. If you've ever heard the saying, your perception is reality, scientists have actually found that we only see actual reality 1% of the time, less than that actually, which means that 99.9% of the time, you are actually living the reality that is within your head. The way that you see the world, the way that you think of the world, your own beliefs, you are projecting your internal world onto reality. And let's face it headstrong, in 2026, there's no such thing as a starving artist anymore. Because back in the day, major artists couldn't even speak their mind. They had magazines all over them saying all these opinions about them, and people would believe it. And record labels would speak for them. But nowadays, with social media, you have a voice with your music. You have the opportunity to make free content for your music, all with just an iPhone. You can now go to networking events that are hosted by so many other people who have connections. You can reach out to people nowadays on social media that you would never even think you would be able to reach out to at least 10 years ago. So no, there's no such thing as a starving artist mindset. Every day you have a choice. If you want an opportunity, you have to make yourself go out there and get it. If you want to make more money, if you want to network more, start becoming a session vocalist. Write songs for other people. Do work for hire. That is exactly how I started. Before Reels came out on Instagram, I used to post some random covers, hashtag all of these EDM hashtags. And after me posting consistently, not even knowing if any of this stuff would work, I had an EDM producer reach out to me. We worked on a song together. He happened to be affiliated with a big record label in the hardstyle scene. And that same song is the reason why I still get leads for work for hire in the EDM world to this day. I still get leads to this day from people saying, hey, I've heard your music. I love this song. Would love to work with you. And the more songs that I worked on, the more my name got out there. All because I made an Instagram page where I posted covers of me singing different songs from pop to EDM. And let me tell you, I didn't even have a laptop. I didn't have a condenser microphone. I didn't have anything tangible for me to showcase my voice. So I decided to make that Instagram page. And don't get me wrong, nowadays, especially with AI music, music has become so much more competitive. But it has always been this competitive. If you outwork every single artist, make undeniably great music, vocally and production, mixing, songwriting, it is going to be very hard for people to say no to you. And that brings me to my second point. Writer's block is not a lack of creativity, but it is a lack of a system. I used to think for so many years that writer's block was a real thing. Like, oh, I just don't feel it today. I don't feel like I have inspiration. But inspiration doesn't just come to you. Inspiration happens when you make it happen. Meaning you have to find inspiration in the smallest things, whether it's looking at a plant, going on a walk, making a story around going on a walk. Because in the real music industry, you will not find success when you feel inspired to write a song. You will find success from actively putting in the work, developing your own system, your own sound, your own voice, and having a system and finding inspiration in things that usually might not inspire you. I remember when one of my music mentors slapped me in the face with this information, I thought for the longest time that writer's block was a real thing. And turns out it is really just because you lack a system in finding a way to write great songs and write songs in general. So here's something I will advise you. I want you to pick one object, just one. It could be a plant, it could be an alarm clock, it could be your phone, it doesn't matter. And I want you to write 3 songs around that object. It could be in different feelings. It could be completely different stories. It could be a love song. It could be an anger song. It could be a song about addiction. And you are going to start to notice that your brain is working. Your brain is finding new ways to find inspiration. Because as a music artist, songwriter, and singer, you have to constantly build that creative muscle. So before you go and judge yourself and say that you can't write a song because you're not inspired, Take 20 minutes out of your day and try to write 3 songs in 20 minutes. Let it be ugly, let it be a demo, but you will never get that dirty water out until you let it run and let the clean water come back in. Going into my last point, number 3, stop waiting to become the artist that you want to become. This is something that I used to struggle with in all areas of my life until I realized that I just had to let myself and allow myself to become the person I wanted to be. There's no waiting for time to heal you. There's no waiting for time to do all of these things that change you and become the person you need to be. Because change only really happens when you sit down and start today. It's okay if you don't know exactly how to start, what to start with, but starting is going to be the first step in becoming the artist that you want to be. Whether that is becoming the best songwriter, becoming the best vocalist, knowing exactly what you want your sound to be like. And to become the artist that you want to be, you are going to have to do things that scare you. You are going to have to do things that you've never done before. You are going to have to build and learn new skills that you've never had before and never thought that you would ever have before. And that confidence is going to be built within you because you are doing all of those things that are scary. But guess what? That fear isn't real fear. We are biologically hardwired in our brains to believe that anything that gives us a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of fear, puts us into fight or flight mode, which means we should run away, we're going to die, we are going to get eaten. Once you understand that, once you label that emotion, you don't give as much power to it anymore. And the way to get over that thing is through it. So the way to get past this belief is going to be 3 things. Not sponsored at all, but I highly recommend reading the book Atomic Habits. This will help you become the person that you've always wanted to be, personally and professionally as an artist. And number 2, write the person that you are now. What qualities do you have? And also write another list about the artist you. What is your dream artist self look like? How good are they at writing songs? What does that look like? What sound do they have? How do they walk into a room in an industry event? How do other people see them? And I want you to connect the lines with all of the qualities that you currently have to that person that you do want to become. How much do you have in common with that artist? If it's not that much, ask yourself and reverse engineer. How can I become that artist? What are the steps that I need to take for myself to get to that point? And last but not least, I'm saying this from personal experience, change your environment. This was a really scary thing for me because when you change your environment, you naturally go into the unknown. All of our habits, all of our ways of thinking, all of our beliefs are associated with the rooms. So for example, if I tend to lounge around and be super lazy in my living room, I watch TV, I eat junk food, my brain is going to associate being in this living room as procrastination and wanting to be lazy, wanting to be a couch potato. But if I set my living room up in a way where I have books, I don't have a TV, and I'm constantly learning and reading on my couch, I am naturally going to become somebody who reads and builds habits based on that. So whether it's doing the extreme and packing your bags and moving to a new city, a new state, maybe another country, or as small as making your bedroom closet a recording studio where every time you go in there, you are either changing your clothes or recording a new song, make that change. I'm telling you to make that change. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting more videos about this on mindset with artists, recording tips, finding your sound as an artist, and mastering your voice, not only technically, but also emotionally. So if this video in particular really helped you, really shifted your mindset towards being an artist or becoming the person that you want to be, I would love to hear the 3 takeaways that you took from this video in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye.